Alright, it is time for Shard Bait. Of course, Clan vs. Clan is about to start. This is a non-personal reward CVC that's going to be starting off tomorrow at the time I'm shooting this video, which means that the Shard Bait events are going hard, as they always do, generally speaking, during non-personal reward CVC, especially with the run-up to December. These Shard Bait events have to go kind of hard because the Christmas Fusion and all kinds of Shard Pull events for Christmas are coming as well. And so this is what we're looking at, man. Kind of crazy sell. This goes pretty hard. It's pretty tempting stuff, to be honest. We'll be talking about why you should probably want to be skipping this progressive Shard Pull event, but this Tuesday, December 2nd, so day one of the CVC, they're planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you a 15x chance to summon the champions of your choice from the selected pool. Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void Shards, if anybody's got any shards left after all of the 2x events lately, including on Primals. This is what day one looks like. Let's break down the winners, man. And before we do, if you're looking to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account, now is the time. We've got the best beginner promo link anywhere in the world down below this video at the top of the description box, man. Just click on that link on laptop or PC and use that link to create a new account for a triple legendary stat and 4 free epic champions, by the way, from that promo link as you level up your account. And Tholin Foulbeat is your starter champion. Make sure to get that link used right now to while Xenomorph is still the login reward legendary champion as well. That's going to last until like early January. It's all very, very time limited stuff. So right now is an incredible time to create a new raid account, man. Make sure to get all of that used. Okay, man. And that is the link down below. Okay. Let's have this. So Aragaz Wild King, straight away a champion that I want to draw attention to. This is the Orc Faction Unity champion, I believe, or one of the Orc Faction Unity champions. Where is he? There he is right here. Very strange champion. Very cool champion, great for Faction Wars, as you can well see, which Faction Wars is actually important on later game accounts if you're trying to finish hard mode Faction Wars for the first time. In a faction that's lacking some strong champions, like mine is on my main account, I might actually pull for this guy. Like, I would never really condone this for most players, but I don't know, man. I'm like 17 Sacred Shards without a pull, right, as far as legendaries go, and so I'm well into Sacred Shard Mercy. I could go ahead and pull for this guy on day one of the CVC, and I think I might, right? Very unique champion. Attacks when enemy heals all allies with less than half HP, back to half HP. Is A2 attacks one ally. Yeah, you heard me, right? Attacks one ally, damage dealt is equal to 50% of the target's current HP, so it can't actually kill an ally with the skill. Then place a shield buff on that ally for 2 turns. The value of the shield is equal to the amount of HP that ally is missing. Then you get all kinds of turn meter fill on that ally and on Aragaz as well. Okay, so why does he attack his own ally? We'll skip to his passive. Allies with 50% or less HP deal 30% more damage. Okay, so it's actually in your best interest to keep your orcs down below half health and keep them alive with shields using Aragaz for the 30% bonus damage, which is big. If there's one faction ally, allies with 50% or less HP also receive 30% less damage. 2 faction allies, whenever an ally or an enemy dies, increase the HP, attack, defense, speed of all allies by 5%, stacking up to 25%. And with 3 faction allies, whenever an ally kills an enemy, grant that ally an instant turn. Dude, occurs once per ally per round. Ridiculous for Faction Wars, you know? And on his A3, he's got an attack all enemies, provoke, and strengthen buff on allies as well, so even better for keeping your team alive, and all kinds of faction ally interactions with this skill as well. I think I'm gonna pull for this guy. Don't pull for this event, by the way. I should say that right now as well. Unless you are deep, and I mean deep, okay, balls deep, into all kinds of Shard Mercy, okay? So for Ancient Shards, that's going to be the likes of over 200 pulls, or you're like approaching 200 pulls with your Ancients or Void Shards without hitting a Legendary. Okay, fine. You might want to go ahead and pull just until you hit Gold one time and then just leave it there. It's non-personal reward CVC, so you're not going to be trying to push ungodly points during the upcoming CVC. It's fine to take it easy a little bit, and especially in the run-up to Christmas. And for me, for Sacred Shards, again, 12 summons without a legendary, you hit Mercy. I'm on like 17, dude. Like, I'm very close to hit. If I pulled a Sacred right now, it will probably be gold, you know? So that's the way that I'm thinking of it. Aragaz, I think, is probably going to be our man. So I spent a lot of time on Aragaz right there as well. But yeah, we've got some other great pulls here. You've got the chance to get your hands on Crocat Throat Ripper, right? So the Hound or the Packmaster. So if you got one or the other, right, the Hound or the Packmaster, now is your time to take a shot at getting the other one, like the counterpart, the duo partner, which might be well worth doing, especially if you're on like an early mid-game account and you're still setting up your first Hydra team, stuff like that. This is a great damage dealer duo into Hydra. Again, if you're into Shard Mercy, and you're very close to Shard Mercy, on say your Ancient Shards and you've got some to spare, I'd say honestly go for it. I think it's good enough. Again, if you've already got Packmaster but are missing the Hound, or vice versa. Bells, I'd say, is a little bit meh. Attack is fantastic if you're an early game account, right? If you don't have Crowcad or the Packmaster, so it's no point you going for those. Attack is amazing, an amazing option for early game accounts, early mid-game accounts too. Attack, of course, brings attack all enemies on basically all of his skills. AoE decreased attack as well as AoE HP burn and AoE HP burn tick. So he's fantastic into Dragon, Golem, Spider, Hydra, mostly Hydra and Golem, to be fair. But it's just an incredible champion. And so as like a standalone champion, if you're in the early game stage in your account and you're very close to Shard Mercy, Attack might be the orc for you. As for the Void champions, Raka and Warlord are fine. Honestly, Gellert, Son of the Pact, is very cool. Now, it's pretty unlikely that I'm really speaking to anybody in specific here who's actually be pulling Void Shards during this event, but again, if you're deep into Mercy, fine, you could go ahead and consider it. Looks badass. Pretty new champion. Very powerful stuff. Very good champion. Attacks one enemy on his A1 for attacking, decrease the duration of all buffs in the Tiger by 110. Also has the potential for placing block buffs debuff for 210s. This debuff is protected against bosses, brings attack all enemies 100% land stun and decrease defense, and decrease the turn rate of all enemies without the stun debuff by 30%. This is on a 310. It's fantastic into Spider's Den, controlling the spiderlings, the decreased defense, because you can't stun the boss, it will actually apply the 30% turn rate decrease to the boss instead. So great utilization there as well. Amazing faction wars and stuff like that as well. I mean, god tier for faction wars. Then under A3, all kinds of debuff cleanse and healing and shielding and a fortify buff on a 410 cooldown on the A3, which you might think, oh, 410 cooldown is a little bit long, but you read as passive, and for every 10 debuffs this champion's team receives, okay, which isn't going to take long in an area like Spider, you activate that A3 for free and do not trigger its cooldown, which is crazy. Very cool stuff. Very cool Void Legendary Champion. Love the design of the guy visually and in terms of his kit. Well worth a consideration in my book. And that brings us then on to day 2, which looks to be the Skinwalker day of the CVC. So December 3rd, this is going to kick off exactly the same rules, 15x, etc. And this is where you're going to get a chance, okay, Bolint, Free Walker, it's fine. Nishak Verminlord is up for grabs. This is a great champion. Indeed, AoE Bomb champion. Fantastic stuff. Also brings decreased attack as well, I believe. Mighty Uugo is also great. Ragash Razzlevag is one that I looked at and was very tempted by. While I do think I'm going to stick it out with the orcs and stick with those, and yeah, I'm just checking Nishak does actually bring strong decreased attack on an AoE as well. Nishak is great. Razzlevag is super tempting, mostly just because he's just an extremely cool champion in how his kit works, right? Triple hit at A1 that fills his 10 meter. His A2 is an attack all enemies placing leech, which is, fine. Great. And then on A3, attacks all enemies, places increased speed, increased accuracy buff, and allies for 2 turns before attacking on a 310 cooldown. Damage based on attack and speed. Very unique, right? He also brings speed aura in all battles by 20%, and each increased speed buff placed on Razzlevag increases the champion's speed by 5, stacking up to 100 over the course of longer fights. And so things can get absurd, given that his AO1 is also triggering 10 meter boost as well. So Razzlevag is just a very cool champion, if not a champion that I actually need right now on my main account. So that's why I'm going to be going for Aragaz instead of Razzlevag myself. And as for the Voids, I tell you what, man, the Voids for the Skinwalkers are looking juiced. Dude, succulent stuff. First of all, I just want to say, Coronar. Oh my god, man, Coronar's so good. People crap all over Coronar, bro. People give Coronar so much smack, and okay, his kit was buffed somewhat recently, but even now, I feel like he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. People crap all over this guy. I think he was good before the buffs. You know what I'm saying? I think people are way off in their estimation of Coronar, man. Great champion. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know how much I love Coronar, man. AoE provoke, fantastic stuff. He also buffs himself with block debuffs and increased defense, making him a great mischief tank option into Hydra. The provoke is lovely, being void, account weak hit, that's great. Attacks all enemies, places decreased attack and decreased defense on his A3, and then attack all enemies on his A1 as well, which also decreases enemy 10 meter by a bit, so he's fantastic into wave content. Into Hydra, I actually put him in a provoke set. Just so that it's impossible for the provoke debuff to ever fall off the Head of Decay. Like, even if it revives at a bad time when the provoke's not ready, he has so many attack all enemy skills that chances are you're going to provoke it anyway with his other skills in his kit. You can also build him in a cursed set into Hydra as well and have basically 100% uptime on the Hex debuff because he brings so many attack all enemies. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the Coronar, man. Mischief Tank on top of that as well. He can work just fine. Or he will always be like a wave content god also. But let's be real. I think most people are going to be hyped over the opportunity to get Chumesia if they are close to, again, if you're into Void Shard Mercy, you've pulled 190 Void Shards without hitting a legendary, and now you've got like 50 Void Shards to spare. Go ahead and pull 15, 20 Voids until you hit a legendary. Who knows? It might be Chumesia, you know what I'm saying? Fantastic champion here. Attack all enemies, chance of placing HP burn, chance of placing stun on targets with high 10 meter, or a chance of placing decreased speed on enemies with less 10 meter than 50%. Amazing stuff there. The A3 attacks when enemy damage increases by 40% for each active HP burn debuff in battle, up to 400%. Oh man! Also decreases enemy 10 meter and decreased 10 meter even more for every HP burn debuff in battle. Goes without saying, Spider's Den, absolute god in that dungeon. Hydra going to be fantastic as well. Faction Wars also going to be amazing. Honestly, I think that it might be a little bit underestimated in Ice Golem's Peak, especially hard mode Ice Golem's Peak. Could be a fine champion there too. Yeah, Chumesia's fantastic. Oh yeah, and whenever an ally receives a freeze debuff in Ice Golem, has a chance of replacing it with an HP burn for 2 turns instead, which is kinda hilarious. Because then HP burns placed on your own team is also increasing the damage that you deal with this A3 skill, so just a very fun and a very powerful champion there. And yeah, if I had to pick like one, I mean, Leoris is also great as well, but I don't want to spend too long on this video. I think the Voids are great on day 2. If I had to pick a regular champion from the regular pool here, on day 2, just from like the Ancients and the Voids and stuff like that. Sorry, from the Ancients and the Sacred Shards. It would probably be Nishak, though Mighty Uugo is, of course, also great as well. And there you have it, man. That's the bait event. Is anybody taking the bait, man? Is anybody going for any of these shard pulls? Again, I'm just so close to Mercy on Sacreds that I'm thinking, what the hell, man? I'll go ahead and try my luck, you know what I'm saying? So that's my thinking on it. Most people should be saving their shards anyway during this event. Let me know what you guys are planning on doing down below in the comments, man. While you're down there, if you're looking to create a new raid account, click on the link that's below this video at the top of the description box, man, right now to kickstart your new raid account, to create a new raid account with that link to get all of the free stuff that you see on screen right now, man. Part of a triple legendary start, time limited as hell. What are you waiting for, man? Get it clicked and start off your new account today. Enjoy my own new free-to-play adventure for 2026. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.